Hello, this is a short video about the journey gatherings that we've started. We've had two already. The third one is coming up soon on the 13th of March. And if you've been at them, this is a bit of a recap. If you haven't, this is an update to find out what's been going on. And at the first journey gathering, we met together and we started to talk about discipleship. And actually, we didn't just start to talk about it. This is something we've been talking about for 6 or 7 months. We had a church forum last August where we shared this new vision that we feel God calling us to, the vision of community on mission, and how discipleship needs to be central to everything that we do. It needs to be central to who we are. And we talked at the first journey gathering about discipleship, asking the question, what's the best environment for discipleship to happen? And as we talked, you realize that Sunday mornings and bigger gatherings, whilst they can be great for worship and teaching and ministry and being a part of something bigger for every generation, they're not the best place for discipleship to happen. Discipleship is about life training. It's about being accountable in our relationships together. And that happens much more in a small community, one-on-one or in a small group context where we can go into the word deeper, we can grow in God, we can challenge one another in our lifestyle, we can pray for and encourage one another. And so we talked about small communities. And as a part of that, I shared this diagram, and this is something you'll have seen before if you're part of the church. I've spoken to this a few months ago, and it's an example of how Jesus lived a balanced life. He lived in relationship with his Father God. He spent time with God, his Father. And that's what we need to do. He then spent time with his disciples in that small community. And that's what we're talking about, is that relationship with Father, relationship with one another. But also Jesus spent time with the lost, time with the needy, time with those outside of his close-knit community. And that's what we need to do as well. Through these small communities, we need to have this balance in our lives. We need to be connected with the lost. We need to be connected with one another, and we definitely need to be connected with our Father God. And then at the next journey gathering, we talked about, we actually gave an example of what this maybe could look like, and I kind of drew this diagram, and it's a big community, small community. So if you look at that kind of the bigger circle there, imagine that as the big gatherings that we do and stuff we do at Lifehouse. What happens within there with the people we are is what church looks like. It's when we meet together, it's when we gather together. But we really believe as a vision team that we need small communities within the community. And this isn't something new. You can think about home groups and all sorts of different types of small groups that maybe you've been a part of through the years. They are absolutely vital. We need to have that small group connection with one another. And within those small groups, we believe that we need, if I click this button here, to have all those elements happening that I've already shared about. We need to have the up, the in, the out happening in those small communities. And this is what we shared about the last journey gathering. And then Gail came and shared about an opportunity where we've had this connection of where we have a huge food supply that is available to us. And how could we use that to bless those, to be outward looking in our lives? And then we asked the question in that gathering, what would it look like to be a community who does this together? Okay, not just to do food distribution, but you see, if we're a community, if there's a small community within our community that does food distribution, that community could also meet together to grow in God, to be close in relationship, to be a mission-focused community, to be a community on mission. And it's just one example, a possibility of what God might be opening up to us, an opportunity for us to move forward in this, to being his hands and his feet, to being disciples in the world, but not just going and getting burnt out, but doing it in the way that Jesus did it, doing it in connection with Father and in connection with one another as a community. So those are the first two journey gatherings. The next one is on the 13th of March, a week on Sunday from when this video is going out. And I'd really encourage you to come along at Lifehouse, 6 p.m. If you can't make it, you can join on Zoom, and the links for that are in the emails that go around. So yeah, we'd love you to join us. And at the next journey gathering, we're going to give another example. And this is a slightly different example. This is an example of a group, a community that is already happening. And a group that is meeting together to be in discipleship relationship, and also looking at ways that they can reach out as a community. So we'd love you to join us for that one as well. Now, just before I leave you, this will go a little bit strange on the screen for a second, but I want to just reference our website. Our website is up to date. Okay, we want to keep our website up to date, and it's a good reference point for a lot of things that are happening, as well as social media. But if I just do this, I can show you our website. And this is the home screen of our website. The information is updated, like I say, regularly. If you click on About Us and come down to Vision and Values, in here it's got our vision, and I'd encourage you to read it. I'd encourage you at least to memorize the 3 words, community on mission. And then there's a breakdown here of what community kind of means. It's about belonging and serving, and it's about discipleship. And being on mission together, means we're obedient to the Great Commission. Jesus said, I'm to teach everyone to obey everything he has commanded us to do. That's the Great Commission. And we want to live that out together on mission. All right. So I'll flick back to me. So yeah, join us on the 13th of March. Please have a look at the website. The link's in the description. And we're really praying that God would move us forward to being a community of discipleship, a community on mission, and that will be worked out in smaller communities, where rather than getting together as 80, 100 people, we can get together in those smaller, more intimate places to grow in God and to be obedient to what He's commanded us to do. So bless you, and we will see you soon.